Welcome back, guys, to the KCX Podcast. I'm Brandon. I'm joined here by a very special guest, Mr. Mike Grimes. Justin was not able to make it today, but that's okay. We wish him the best.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah. Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. You've been on here a couple times.
We've done a couple.
We've done a couple episodes.
It's been a minute, but we've done a few.
Yeah. We got some, I think we have some big updates, though, since the last time you were on here.
Yeah, things are progressing really well.
Things are progressing really well. Before we get into that, for the people who may not have seen your previous episodes, do you want to introduce yourself, tell the people what you do, what you have done?
Sure. So I am the National Car Wash Sales Manager for Koch Chemie USA. And a little bit about my history. I started in the car wash business as a vacuumer in 19...
Yep, it's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, and a long time ago. And I've been in the industry for over 30 years. So I literally started as a vacuumer, worked my way up to assistant manager, general manager, business owner, national operations director, you name it, we've done it. So
that's a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of titles.
It's been a good career.
Yeah,
it's been a good career. Yeah, the car wash industry's been good to me, and it's it's been a good career for me. It's been good. It's, allowed me to take care of my family.
Yeah,
and put food on the table, and go on vacations and stuff like that. So yeah,
it's all you can ask for.
A great career. And I mean, in the last couple of years, I've been obviously with Koch Chemie when getting the car wash line ready to launch. Mm-hmm. In the background, we were doing a lot of testing, product testing, trying different things for the American market. And then, and also at the same time, I was doing the Southeast area sales manager on the detail side. Mm-hmm. So we just turned that over a couple of weeks ago officially to Don Bryce on the detail side.
Yeah,
so,
shout out to Don. He's cool.
Yeah, Don's doing great. He's out there road warrior.
Yeah.
So he's doing it. And I mean, it's really about me. Nothing too complex. Just a lot of years on my feet.
Yeah, a lot of car washes.
A lot of car washes. Yeah.
So, what got you interested in car washes?
Honestly, I needed a job.
That's fair. So, that's fair, I think.
So I was gosh, how old was I? I was 23, I think, 23 or 24, and I was locating phone lines for a company called STS, and this company had a contract with, back then it was called I think it was US West Communications, and so I was locating phone lines, and to me it was such a for a young guy. I had my own truck, I was on my own, just out there painting the streets, and so when people are going to dig in their backyard or you're going to do construction, someone's got to mark the line so they don't get cut.
Yeah.
That's what I did. So they lost the contract for US West, and so I had to get a job. So there was a temp agency in Boise where I was living at the time, and I went there, applied for it. They're like, "Hey, there's a possible manager position, assistant manager position at a car wash. You want to try out for it?" I'm like, "Sure." And the assistant manager position was the first 6 months was vacuuming cars, so that's what I did. That's
an assistant manager position. Started vacuuming cars.
I started vacuuming. I vacuumed cars every day for 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah. And
the
then
more you know.
Eventually they were like, yeah, okay, he's going to stick around.
Yeah. So if you can make it through that, yeah, he's probably here for the long haul.
I mean, that, you got to think about it. This was back in 94. That car wash averaged, it was a full service car wash. We averaged 355 cars a day.
That sounds like a lot. I'm not a car wash guy, but that sounds like a lot of cars.
It was, there's a couple things to think about. In Boise at the time, there was probably only a couple 100,000 people, Mm-hmm. It's not, the growth that it's had since then is, pretty remarkable. But,
yeah. I mean, Boise's cool. I've only been once. Shout out to the rat company, but
yeah, it's, but so we were doing 175,000 cars a year at that car wash. And we literally, it was from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week.
Yeah.
We rolled.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
A lot of cars. Yeah, it wasn't really uncommon for us to roll 60, 70, 80 cars an hour on a Tuesday.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. So
it's funny. There's one car wash by me that it's so crowded all the time, and I'm like, God, it's so many cars going in and out of that place.
Yeah. There's it really depends. I mean, there's a lot of washes that will do 4,000 to 5,000 a month, and there's some that'll do 10, 11,000. There's some that'll do 20,000.
That's crazy.
It just really depends on location more than anything. maintain.
Oh yeah.
You know, if it's really convenient for everybody, and there's a couple washes I'm aware of here locally that have been around forever, and because they've been around forever and they have great locations, they're always busy, and they're always going to be busy.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, it's just you know, they've built a good customer base over the years, and people just keep going back.
Yeah. That sounds about right, honestly. The ones I feel like get really crowded around here, they're all relatively new companies, I think. They all seem very new and modern and stuff like that.
The express market, you know, is still pretty strong. It's
oh yeah, I don't think that industry will ever be not strong.
It's becoming yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Right? I think right now in the United States, I think there's just over 67,000 car washes in the United States, right? So with more coming like every week.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you know, someone poured Miracle Grow on the car wash industry, and it's just populating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, private equity got involved, a lot of mergers, a lot of acquisitions.
Yeah.
And you know, the companies are growing, and you know, I mean, if you look at El Car Wash, Lynx, I mean, there's especially those ones down in Florida, they're growing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their acquisition team has got to be sleeping 10 hours a week. I mean, they're crazy. They're just going crazy. So you know, there's you know, a lot of M&A news on LinkedIn that I follow, and you know, just always looking for sales opportunities too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. And speaking of sales opportunity, there's been a lot of stuff moving on the Koch Chemie side of things.
You know, we've been fortunate. We you know, Mobile Tech really kind of teed us up. That's where we officially launched the car wash line. Even though we announced it at SEMA, we really weren't ready last year, about a year ago. But Mobile Tech was when we officially launched, and we quickly started adding washes.
Mm-hmm.
So we added a couple in Florida. I've got a chain of 14 in Nebraska. I've got quite a few around the Atlanta area that we're working with. And through a distributor here in Atlanta, we are picking up washes left and right.
That's good.
I mean, the growth's been really good. You know, being able to support the distributor. You know, I'll go out and pull volumetrics, do some minor repairs, things like that, just to, you know, want to make sure that you know, the washes are functioning properly, and we're getting the right chemical in the car and the right amount of chemical in the car, and you know, we're getting the result we want.
Yeah, and that's, I think, from what I know, which is not much, but that's a big part of it, is all the equipment and stuff, right? You set them up with the right chemical, but all that equipment is a whole nother beast.
The equipment, yeah, the chemical is really the backbone of the you know, of the operation.
Yeah.
So, you know, if it's a like in Florida, we have a touchless wash. There's so we basically are using 5 products in that touchless wash.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're using a high pH pre-soak, using a low pH shampoo, a neutral shampoo, and drying agent, and protector wax. I mean, those are the products that go in the car.
Yeah, it gets it done.
Well, it's pretty amazing that I was there last month, and you know, setting this wash up, and I spent a day and a half in the chemical room with the owner, Paul. And by the time we were done, the result we were getting was pretty amazing. It was pretty cool.
You know, I've never done one of those touchless washes, but I would like to, just to see. I've never done one.
They're only gonna clean as well as the car's maintained, right? So if you have a vehicle that comes in that hasn't been washed in 6 months, been sitting under a tree in some backyard in Tennessee,
yeah,
it's gonna struggle.
Yeah.
You know, you can only put so much chemical in a car without needing friction or contact.
Mm-hmm.
But the cars that are come in that are, you know, dusty or just, you know, daily drivers, as long as they're maintained once every couple of weeks, it does great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I'd like to do one, just kind of see what it's all about.
The cool thing about Somerset Suds, though, is they have 3 self-serve bays. They have the tunnel, the touchless tunnel, and they also do full service there.
I've seen more of those actually pop up. That'll be kind of all in one building.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'll tell you one thing. I love like coin or like credit card, whatever, self-operated car wash. I love those.
I'm surprised that
pay and sprays, as I've heard them called. I love
pay
those
and
things. I love those things.
I
There should be more of them. There used to be a bunch. There's none left around.
It's funny because they're becoming more and more popular.
I know. They like went away for a while. There was one, I worked at an Ace Hardware in Woodstock when I was like 19, and I had my 4Runner that I had when I first started working here. I don't know if you ever saw that thing.
Oh, yeah.
But you saw it. It was lifted, had tires on it, all this crazy stuff. I used to take it, off-roading up in the mountains on the weekend, and I would go to work Monday with my truck all dirty, and then I would go to this paint spray right down the road from work. Like every time I would go out, and I love it. Love those places. They're so good.
When I was, I think, 16 or 17, the very first car wash I ever used was a paint spray.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
They're so convenient.
It was in Warner Robins, Georgia.
Warner Robins, man.
Yeah, I know. As hometown.
Oh yeah.
And go north side. And we were. It was down the street from my grandfather's house. And when I would drive up to visit my grandfather and grandmother, they had a little car wash down the street, and I would go there and I'd spend a couple bucks and get the bugs off the windshield and get it cleaned up.
For what they cost, that you can't beat them. I used to take the S2000 through them and just do it basically without the brush. I would just do everything else.
Yeah,
knock the dust off the top of the car, take it to a car show. They rip. They're awesome.
Yeah.
For like $4 or whatever I spent, they're awesome.
Yeah, there's some areas where they don't do very good, but there's some areas where they just rock. They rip, man. There's a few in the Spartanburg, Greenville, South Carolina area that just rip. But a lot of times what they're doing, Brandon, is they'll have self-service bait, but they'll also have a rollover attached. So either a touchless or a friction wash where you can actually, with a pay station where you can even get a membership there if you want. So
that's cool.
They're kind of making, and look, if you want to own a car wash and you want to go in, $7 or $8 million to, for land, building, equipment, all that stuff, you can, it's a pretty low entry point, and you can find them for sale.
Yeah, it's funny. I liked that one in Woodstock so much. I actually have a funny story about that one. I took my 4Runner there one day after work, like I always did, and I might have told this story on here to you or something. If you recognize it, just stop me. But there was a bunch. I don't remember where we had gone that weekend, but it was somewhere, obviously in the Southeast. It's all clay. It's all just red clay or like dust, basically, in the Southeast. And there was just like a layer of clay on my truck from just slinging up on the sides. And I had gone and I was just spraying it off with a pressure washer originally, just trying to knock all of it off the top. Yeah. And the owner of the car wash came out of like the office in the middle, and she came out and she was like, "Hey, are you leaving all this stuff on my drain?" Da, 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 da. And I was like, and I stopped and I was like, I was like, it's all clay. I figured it would just run down the drain. If I need to leave, I will. I was very nice because I was like, I know I'm the guy here with this ridiculously dirty truck washing it down your car wash drains. I get it. I'm probably the issue here if there is an issue. And so then she got closer and looked at everything that was on my truck, and she was like, well, just make sure none of it stays like on the ground in the bay because that just looks bad. And I was like, no, I wash it down the drain every time. If there's any kind of big rocks or anything, like I try my best to be respectful of this place. And then we got like, she came out and she was like, I think just saw all the stuff on my truck and was ready to yell at me. And then I was like, no, I promise I try my best to just tell me what to do. I don't want to be wrong. And then she actually ended up giving me a bunch of coins to the car wash. She was like, you know what, next time you're here, you're good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice of her.
Yeah, she was cool.
There's a few in North Georgia that are really busy. In smaller towns like Cleveland and I think it's Claremont and Toccoa, areas like that.
Yeah, way up there.
Yeah, there's now there's some full-on tunnels in Toccoa, but there's rollover self-serve that's really busy. So
yeah, those places rock.
Again, the entry-level point on buying, remodeling, it's not going to cost you as much as a full-on tunnel. So.
Yeah, I thought about it at one point just because I liked that car wash setup one time. That I liked that setup so much that like at one point I was like, I wonder if I can just buy one of these and just recoup all the money eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is like you, it's one of those things where they're mostly owner operators, right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to own one of these. You're going to work on it. You're going to repair it. You're going to collect the money. You're going to go to the bank. You're going to manage customer service. You're going to handle it all. Mm-hmm. You might have a part-time employee that keeps a lot clean. Yeah. So labor cost is almost nothing. Mm-hmm. But again, it has to be because the entry point for the car wash is pretty cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember reading stuff like forums and stuff about people that own the self-serves, and it seems like a good idea, but I was like 21 when I was thinking about this. I was like, I can't even fathom trying to acquire the money to buy one. It was like a cool like pipe dream idea that I had, but
hey, can still do it, man.
Yeah. This was also surprisingly way before I got into detailing. Not way before. It was several years before I got into
You've
detailing.
always had a fascination though with cleaning your car, haven't you?
Not until I was in my 20s, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah. I was
You got involved with KCX because you used the products, right?
Yeah, I had just gotten into detailing as like a hobby, basically. I told the story 1,000 times, but I had my S2000, loved that car to death. Still, I miss that car every single day. But
is that a Honda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm old, so forgive me.
Oh, it's a great car. But I had that car and the starting point for it was I was just really into cars and car culture and aftermarket tuner cars. That was kind of my thing. And then that formed into, I had this really nice car. I wanted it to look good. And then I had asked a couple people pricing on detailing it because I had no idea what I was doing. And they quoted me $1,700. And I was like, I don't even have that much money. I wonder if I can just learn how to do this. And then here we are.
Wow.
That's the whole pipeline.
Wow.
The people have heard that story 1,000 times. Yeah. But
gotcha.
Yeah, it was originally from being
being a car culture, huh?
Yeah, cool cars should be clean, enter detailing.
Makes sense.
That was the whole thing, but that wasn't until I was in my 20s. Like my first car when I was like 16, 17, I did not care. Even my 4Runner, it was my like off-road I did not care if it was clean because it was all scratched up from taking it in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to me what I've learned, from Koch Chemie in the last couple of years. All the years I spent in the car wash business, a lot of them were full service and a lot of them had detail shops. Mm-hmm. And man, I didn't know what I didn't know.
It's a whole different beast.
It's because at a car wash, it's about producing the cars as quickly as possible. Because look, someone comes in and pays $250 for a full. I'm kind of dating myself, but it's back in the mid 2000s, but $250 for a complete detail. Mm-hmm. You got 2 hours to turn that thing out. Mm-hmm. So you've got a team of 4 people working on it, and quality control is hit and miss, sometimes. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot, we use just a few products. And so when I was introduced to Koch Chemie and the different shampoos and the interior cleaners and tire dressings I was like, my mind was like.
That is what kind of amazes me about the tunnel wash aspect is how like how good the result can be with. Last time I went through a tunnel wash, like I don't know, a year or two ago, fairly recently, but it's like 4 to 6 products being sprayed on the car.
Well, it depends on which wash package you get. So if you get,
I always go just baseline.
Yeah, so if you go basic, you're gonna get
baseline like $10-12.
Yeah,
gets it done.
You're gonna get 4 to 6.
But even then, it's
probably closer to. You're gonna get 4, 5, maybe, depending on the operator. The top package you can get 10, 12 products.
Yeah, but even at the baseline, 4 to 6 products. That's the result that you get from 4 to 6 products is. It's pretty solid.
Well, it's chemistry, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's using different pH levels to clean the vehicle. Mm-hmm. Certain different pH levels are going to attack certain dirt differently than using the cloth in conjunction with that. And, it's and the biggest hurdle right now is getting a dry car. A lot of operators. I'll tell you a quick story. I was in. I won't mention any names because I definitely. Every wash is different. So let me preface this by saying that. Here's the thing. If you can't get a dry car, I don't care if you got a 150-foot tunnel or 250-foot tunnel. If you can't get a dry car, you're killing me. It's just,
That's funny.
It just kills
You're killing me.
I can get a dry car out of touchless, using the chemistry we have. Mm-hmm. And I go through a tunnel that's, 140, 150 feet, major retail brand, and, fairly clean, but wet.
Okay.
It drives me insane.
That's how, that's actually tees up a really good question. So when I go through a car wash, which is not very often, and I get the baseline package, if I leave with a wet car, is it because I'm not getting some fancy drying aid thing at the end?
No.
Because they still have the big blowers that are...
Well, but the big blowers are only going to remove so much water.
Yeah.
You have to have the product on the car that's going to help the water separate.
Yeah.
Right? So
is that what I'm not getting with a $10 car wash?
You'll get it with the basic wash. What you're not getting is the other products that complement the drying process.
Okay.
Like protector wax, like ceramic effect polish, like nano pure polish. Those things are all hydrophobic. Mm-hmm. So they help the car dry better.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. I mean, that's what I'm used to from like
you really
detail line stuff, but
exactly, you really shouldn't get, if you go through a general car wash, it's just my opinion. I mean, your basic wash should never be as good as your top package.
oh yeah.
Because you want the customers to gravitate towards that top package.
Yeah.
Because for the end result, right? But that goes into whole, do you have people explaining the benefits of the packages to customers and all that stuff? And a lot of times they don't. They just have a pay station where the customers are choosing, and most customers are, going to go, somewhere between the middle and the low end, right? Educated customers will go with the higher because they understand what they're getting, right?
Yeah.
They understand the products. But I mean, if you can't put out a dry car with a $30 car wash,
You're killing me.
You're not trying. You're just not trying.
There you go. You heard it. You heard it here first, folks. You're just not trying.
I mean,
okay, so
$32.44 with tax, by the way.
There you go.
So,
Okay, so in that drying aid spiel, you named off a whole bunch of products that I know the name of and I don't know what they do. So let's talk about some car wash products, because a lot of this is new from probably the last time you were on here.
Yeah, we finalized the line, and we've added a lot of products.
Yeah,
to the line.
I'm sure the people probably don't know half of them.
No, and it's and that's why we're doing this is to help educate some people on what, if you're interested in as a distributor or just as a general viewer, if you're interested in the car wash products, first of all, reach out to me at mike.grimes@kochchemie.com. Second of all, that's we can help explain a lot of the process. So using chemistry to clean a vehicle is very important. High pH is going to remove the organics. Low pH is going to help break the surface tension of the vehicle, prepare it for drying to accept waxes. We have great wheel cleaners. The old standby active foam is for our foam curtain. I mean, it's a higher pH. We use it in conjunction with our pre-soak to help. Not only is it a great show and it smells great, but it actually cleans really well.
Active foam is so good.
It's the best.
It's the best.
It really. I mean, that sandalwood smell just. I mean, it comes in the air vents.
That's crazy.
And it's just so good.
It's funny. We've gotten people ask us for candles, body wash, cologne, all kinds of stuff in that scent.
My wife came. She ordered. She uses this body oil like after she showers or whatever, right? For girl stuff, for skin stuff, right? And she always has this vanilla one. Like my towel will always smell like vanilla, and I'm like, now I smell like vanilla. That's
perfect.
Great. Yeah. Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to tell you when we started recording. You smell great.
I smell.
Yeah.
Well, the new one she got was sandalwood scent.
Oh my God, that's funny.
She's like, well, I heard you talking about it, and I saw it, and I'm like, well, I got to try something different. And she got it, and it smells amazing.
I feel like I would smell that and feel like I'm back at work.
Well, that's exactly what I told her. I'm like, I feel like I'm in a car wash.
Yeah.
Right now. It was so good.
It's funny. I always joke about anytime I spend, I think more than about 2 hours in the warehouse, I get home and as soon as I walk in the door, my wife's like, you smell like iron remover, like fallout remover. I've done that so much that she now knows what fallout remover is. She's like that, whatever. She used to be like, whatever that stuff is.
Lisa's like, your backpack smells like it. Your clothes smell like it. Take everything, just take off your clothes in the garage.
Yep.
Don't come in here smelling like that. Take everything straight to the washing machine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She's like, because if I'm at the warehouse working and I leave my backpack there for a few hours and I put it in my truck, the inside of my truck smells like fallout. I mean, you just can't escape it. I know you weren't here when we did the X-Wagon series. I wasn't, but I watched the whole thing.
So when they were at Destination OG filming like the first half of the series.
Up in Helen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby told me a couple months ago that after those couple shoot days, he has a big cart, like a big 2-story metal cart, and all of his like fabric bags and stuff that his camera gear goes in. He said every bit of it smelled like it.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So
he said every bit of his camera gear smelled like fallout remover. I was like, that's the worst.
So one of my customers in Durham, he owns United Auto Parts. He also owns United Ceramic Pro. His name's Greg. There's one spot in his auto parts store, just one spot on the back wall that smells like iron remover, and someone spilled it there like 5 years ago.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
You can't. He's like, that is that one spot.
Yeah.
And it will always. He's like, I can't get rid of it. We've tried everything.
Yeah.
And That's how, to me, it works. It works really well. Our rapid rust remover is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Our
it's
magic
good.
wheel cleaner is unbelievable. The fact of the matter is that that stuff does not smell great.
No, it doesn't.
And if you get it on your skin, forget about it.
Yeah. You know, what's funny is every time I'm like washing cars for videos and stuff, it's like I can only get the scent of fallout remover stuck to me. I can't get the scent of active foam to stick to me.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah, magic wheel cleaner is a necessary evil.
Yeah, it's so good though. We actually just did a video that the people will see soon.
I love that stuff. So I always, one of the things when it comes to, look, we're fortunate enough. We have some products in our lineup that really just kind of take the guesswork out of stuff. And Magic Wheel Cleaner is one of them.
It's so
Polestar's the
good.
other one,
Yeah.
right? So Magic Wheel Cleaner, and I tell people this a lot. Look, if you own a detail business and you have people working for you and you want to eliminate them making a mistake by using the wrong product on the wrong material, Magic Wheel Cleaner for wheels because they're not going to hurt anything.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
It's going to clean. Polestar for interior because it's going to clean. It's not going to damage anything. You don't have to worry about a mistake of someone putting Green Star on Alcantara or leather or MZR on leather. So I mean, I love those products.
Yeah. It's funny. I just filmed a video that the people will see soon, so I'll give them a teaser. But it was a video. We did 4 different wheels with 4 different processes. So one was acid, one was acid and alkaline, one was magic, one was just alkaline. And the video was actually really good.
So
Came out really, really well.
What were the results?
They were all amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, from a non-contact standpoint, what would you recommend?
Non-contact. Honestly, I liked the acid and then alkaline. It actually will do really, really well. Obviously, depending on the wheel, there might be some nooks and crannies that maybe you didn't get the same dwell time in or kind of need to go in with a little Boris airbrush or something. But overall, if you're dealing with a surface that isn't gonna act weird under the contact of acid or alkaline, it ripped.
Yeah. I like. I don't like using. I'm not a huge fan of using acid in tunnels. I like the high pH stuff. We've got a new one.
I think that's probably more general use.
Yeah.
High alkaline, I feel like is more, I don't want to say generic, but there's probably a lot more use case for alkaline than acid.
Oh, 100%.
I definitely wouldn't reach for acid every time, but in the case of that video, this Miata wheels were, God, they were bad. So were probably some of the worst wheels I've ever cleaned.
We actually did a training class I don't know, about a month ago, 6 weeks ago out at APC I think it was in Chambly. And we actually used, the wheels on the car we were doing were so bad, we used RRR on it.
Probably ripped. Probably got it done.
Amazing. Amazing. We all smelled like it afterwards, but amazing. We let it dwell for 8 minutes and then just.
Yeah, it'll just sit there and go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm a fan of the high pH stuff in tunnels on the wheels.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely more use case for that.
Yeah, it does the job.
Yeah.
I mean, look, almost all tunnels are going to have wheel brushes, so they're getting contact, so you don't have to worry about just applying it and rinsing it off.
Yeah.
So they're getting contact through the wheel brushes and our stuff. We've been using alkali wheel cleaner in the tunnels, which is a fantastic product. We wanted something with a little more competitive entry point as far as price. So I found Lasting Wheel Express and Pre-Wash Wheel Express. And both those products work fantastic. Actually, Pre-Wash Wheel Express is the pH on it's 13.9 at the container. So if you titrate it right, I mean, you can keep the pH level pretty high by the time it hits the wheel. But we're only using, per set of wheels, we're only using 3.5 mils.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. I can't even fathom.
I mean,
that.
If you think about
it's drops in gallons of water. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's wild.
I mean, it's nothing.
Were those 2 products? Were those ones that had existed in Europe and other parts of the world, and we just brought them in?
So when I went to Germany last year, spent a week out there touring with Jason and Casey, and I saw all these products in action. Obviously got to ask a lot of questions and applications, and specifically in Germany because of their reclaim systems. Lasting Wheel Express is going to be a lot safer for. It's going to keep its pH level through a recirculating bless you.
Sorry, guys.
Through a recirculating pre-soak system or wheel pre-soak system. So Lasting Wheel Express is really good for that. It's going to maintain its pH level. Will Express is developed for high-speed conveyors, so it's developed to work rapidly.
Okay.
So back to the mill thing. So if you think about it, 20-liter container, take for instance ceramic effect polish. So when we put that on a car, we're using about 5 mils. And typically it's going to, as a polish, you want to apply it before, the final top brush, right? Or mirror curtain. Because you do want it polished in if you can do it. It works fine without it, but it works, you're going to get better results by polishing it in. But we're only putting 5 mils on it. And if you think about 5 mils out of a 20-liter container, you can wash 4,000 cars with that. That's what people don't understand.
That's wild.
I'll hear, I can get it, I might be able to get it a little less expensive somewhere else. Yeah, but how many cars can you wash with it?
Yeah, exactly.
So when I'm doing a cost per car calculation and I'm trying to explain to someone, look, this whole lineup as a blend, depending on how many mils we're using for shampoos and pre-soap, and all that's variables. I mean, there's environmental variables, there's water quality variables, there's, so you're going to have to make tweaks here and there. But I mean, the reality is that as a blend, I can wash 1,400 cars.
That's crazy.
It's as an average, like taking all the products, right? I mean, but protector wax, ceramic effect polish, nano pure polish, 4,000 cars out of a 20-liter.
It's crazy.
It's impressive. The quality of product you get is insane.
Yeah.
At 5 mils.
Yeah, I can only imagine. It's funny. There's some I haven't really seen any of them in action. I'd like to at some point, but.
Yeah, well, we got a few coming in Atlanta. I'll keep you guys apprised. So we've got 3 more express washes coming in Atlanta through a distributor, and they're high volume express washes. We're going to start setting 1st of September. So start testing.
Yeah, I want to come check some of those out when they're up and running.
Oh yeah,
come see how that works.
I mean, you got to be able to. I mean, if you haven't seen it in action, you have to see it in
I
action.
know. I really want to, especially with some of the new stuff in here. Like,
I mean, I know the quote unquote, detailers like don't go to an automatic car wash to scratch your car, but until you've experienced like the quality of what our system is putting out, I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, look, now we just added hyperdryer to the line.
Yeah, that stuff seems interesting.
You want to talk about bone dry car? It's crazy.
Crazy, like hydrophobics, beating, all that good stuff.
So the way it breaks water, just like that.
It's crazy.
It's amazing. So, and again, we're only using 10 mils, for it per application. So 2,000 cars out of a 20-liter.
It's crazy.
The dilution ratios are just insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, I remember when we first started talking about car wash stuff and you were rattling off some of these numbers. I was like, how do these products even work? You're talking about like, I feel like it's just mostly water at that point. Like, how are they actually working? Yeah. And like stuff like that. Because,
well, I mean, it's a function of the delivery system you're using, and in conjunction with good water.
Yeah, good water, a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Heat sometimes, right?
No heat.
No heat. Thought some of them
maybe in the Northeast they'll
water.
use heat, but they'll use heat like in prep guns, like during the wintertime to prep cars before they go through the wash. Now you'll have like in colder climates you'll have heat in the tunnel.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Like radiant heat.
Yeah.
But the water is rarely heated.
Huh. I don't know where I don't know why I thought that.
Look, of course I'm a West Coast guy as far as car washing, so you wouldn't need to heat it. Really?
Yeah, I mean even down here I feel like the same sentiment stands. I don't know why I thought that, but
yeah. Here, I mean, in Atlanta, if it freezes once a year, it lasts for a week.
Yeah, something like that. And even then, it like lasts is crazy. It just kind of piles up on the sides of the street, and wherever there's shade, the snow just remains.
Yeah, but I mean, the growth that we've had has been pretty impressive.
It has been a lot of growth. Do you want to talk about any?
Well, I mean, our
stuff we got going on.
Yeah, I mean, we're
all out there in the country.
Again, I mean, we're everywhere. I mean, I'm going to Nebraska next week. We have 14 car washes out there in the Lincoln area, Lincoln, and then Manhattan, Kansas. That one's coming. And then we've got some in Florida. I'm going to Detroit at the end of this month to meet with an operator there. He's sounds like he's on board, and I mean, we're just, growth is going to be measured because we want to make sure we're doing it right. But there's really there's two kind of car wash customers, owner operators. There's the upfront cost customer where, they want to buy what they can buy without spending the most amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the operator understands cost per car. Our products aren't the most expensive, but they're definitely not the least expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're a premium product. So when you're looking at cost per car, if I can wash the top package at 80 cents,
You can't beat that.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So with a premium line.
Yeah.
So, basic wash, depending on functions and, gate speed and, water quality and all that stuff, you're going to be between 20 and 30 cents for a basic wash. And then, gradually add more products for each package and, the cost will go up.
So okay, let me ask you this too, because I've heard this term thrown around a lot. All the water recirculation stuff for car washes and like water reclaiming, how does all that work? Like what actually is going into that system?
So there's a couple things. One, soft water is used, right? So soft water is used with the chemicals. You want to use soft water with the chemicals because the chemicals are going to work best with soft water. You're measuring grains of hardness in the water. People need to keep an eye on their filters.
I was going to say, is that what I know as DI water?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. And then the final rinse is always, typically done with RO, so reverse osmosis.
So the whole I was about to say the whole car wash is done with DI or RO water, and then end is
Other
RO.
than maybe the prep guns sometimes aren't hooked.
Yeah, I was about to say,
they'll be
'cause-
city water or reclaim water.
Yeah.
Because the reclaim basically the reclaim tanks that are filled from the reject water, excuse me, they're used for high pressure through the wash. So if you have a car wash that has high pressure oscillating sides or top, that's where you use the reclaim.
Gotcha. So that's like there's a certain amount of water that gets used in a car and then filtered and reused.
Yep.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would have to be. I guess that would be not really a
Well,
waste.
the cost of water, you have to, right?
Yeah, and like environmentally speaking, that would be a waste of water isn't the right term, but that would just be a lot of water.
I mean, it costs you a fortune if you didn't, the upfront. I think the upfront investment for reclaim systems is pretty steep, but the ROI is pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, it's funny because in Germany they use a lot of the washes use biological reclaim, where they use what they call bugs to clean the water. It's a whole thing, man.
Bugs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds
It's
kind of interesting,
bacteria.
though.
It's
Yeah, I was going to say,
bacteria.
I figured like some kind of enzymatic thing or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, actually.
So the cool thing about our product line is that we have products that are specifically made for biological reclaim. So if you have biological reclaim, it won't destroy your bacteria.
Okay. That's cool.
So, yeah.
So some of the products designed for biological reclaim and some set up for other
Mechanical reclaim. yes.
reclaim. Okay. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have access to those things too. Biological reclaim is not huge in the United States, but I think that that could change. So
I say, why do you think that is?
I just think as costs keep going up for certain things, I think that it might be more less efficient, but more monetarily efficient. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha. That's cool. Like I said, I had heard those terms thrown around a lot, all the reclaim water system. I was always wondered how that worked.
Yeah, it's when I first started, there was no such thing as reclaim. We barely, back when I started, was washing horses and wagons, basically.
It's all right. Jason was on here the other week talking about when he first started. It was cleaning windows with newspaper and all that. Something using cheesecloth for certain things.
Oh yeah,
all kinds of stuff detailing cars. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we used to use cotton towels. You would wash them, leave them damp because they absorb water better. So cotton towels to dry the outside of a car, to clean the windows with it. I mean, you did everything with cotton towels. You had red and blue. Red was body, blue was windows.
Yeah.
And that's how you kept them separate. But
gets it done.
It got them done. Back then, though, it was it was a lot. It was a lot simpler because we weren't. It was full service, but we weren't putting Armor All on the inside of cars and all that stuff. It was the upsell was triple foam. Back then it was triple foam and tire shine. Really, that was it. So we could wash a car from start to finish under 15 minutes. So
It's still
that
it's pretty good.
Includes vacuuming it, doing the windows, doing the body, cleaning
Yeah.
the wheels, slapping Armor All on it, dusting the dashboard, cleaning the cup holders, wiping the visors. Have a nice day.
Yeah, can't beat that.
I mean, there were, on a Saturday, we'd have a crew of, we'd have 40 people, sometimes 50 people working to process cars.
That's crazy. That's a big operation.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so used to just washing a car. One guy, it takes me a couple hours.
Well, I think that's the other thing is why express washes are so popular or became so popular. One, like when the crash happened in 2008, the financial crash, discretionary income kind of went away. And that's when I saw express washes kind of coming in, the $3 wash, especially in Phoenix. It was a $3 express wash.
$3?
It was $3, wow. Yeah. That was in 2008, 2009.
Jeez.
Yeah, $3 express wash. And then eventually it changed to a $5 basic, which is unheard of now. Most of them start at 10.
10, yeah, 10 is what I'm used to.
But I think that the rise really was attributed to cost.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no labor associated with it, really. I mean, if your labor at a full service car wash, fully burdened, is going to be just under 50%. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So for every dollar you make, 48 cents is going to labor.
Yeah.
At an express wash, it's closer to 15%.
Yeah.
Or even lower, depending on how you run the wash.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, financially it makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've managed to convince customers to give us $25 to wash their car, and then let them vacuum it themselves.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't hate those kind of car washes though. Like,
no, they're fantastic car washes. They're meant to be convenient.
Yeah.
If
where
you
come
want
out
to vacuum your car, you can. If you don't, just go through the wash. You're in and out in 3 minutes. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet say you go through the wash. The one by me, you go through the wash, and then you come out and there's towels for like windows and stuff like that, and then vacuums. My only beef with it, and I know this is strictly like the exact opposite of the business model. The problem is they set the parking lots up where you can't go in and use the vacuums and then leave.
Yeah, don't want you to.
Yeah, I know, but we want you
to. Well, I mean, we want you to buy a car wash. It's free. The vacuums are free with a car wash.
Yeah, I know.
Not free for the general public.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, man, if I could just go there and vacuum real quick.
It's a great business model, though. I mean, it's convenient. It's a great business model. A lot of, adding the amenities, I think, like towels and window cleaner and air guns, those things you have to do. It becomes part of the.
Some of them have air guns?
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
You blow your mirrors out and blow around your trim.
They got tornadors in there?
No.
You
won't see that. I wish you would have a cow if you saw a tornador in there. With the general public, but they add these extras, which you have to because you're competing with everybody else. There's always a car wash down the street that's doing the same thing, so you got to set yourself apart. So you want to add the towels, you want to have the degreaser, you want to have the window cleaner, you want to have the air. Mm-hmm. Some of them even have like tire gauges. You can check your tires, fill up your tires.
That's pretty cool. I've never seen one with an air gun, but I'd hit that up all the time. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient.
It's funny. I had not really ever had I just never bought a Tornador, an air gun for blowing out interiors. Mm-hmm. And then I finally did get one. Someone gave me one as a gift. I never want to clean interiors unless I have access to that.
You don't know what you were missing.
Yeah. I did it the first time. Someone got it for me for Christmas. And I used it the first time, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm never cleaning an interior ever again without this."
Saved yourself an hour.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm never doing this without." Like, if someone's like, "Hey, can you come clean my interior?" I'm gonna say, "Not unless there's an air compressor around. I'm not doing it." Yeah. Or my car, at least. Yeah, my car, my wife's car. I'm like, "No, I'm taking it somewhere with an air compressor. I'm not doing this."
Was sent me a shout out to Nick at Southern Detail Suppliers. He sent me a picture. He's like, "Hey, do you know where I can get this?" And it was some type of Tornador, not a Tornador, but some type of one. And
actually, I should give a shout out. It's not a Tornador. I have the Rad Company Ultra Air Blaster, and it's awesome. Shout out to the Rad Company.
There you go. I couldn't find a manufacturer on it. I did figure out it was made in China, but I couldn't find a manufacturer on it, and definitely couldn't find a distributor. But I don't know how people. I mean, gosh, back in the day, man, we did it with, we vacuumed with, shop vacs and. No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I was doing. I was just vacuuming everything, and then do like I was around my interior within 30
you
seconds.
Blow the whole interior, door pockets, cup holders,
It's
under the seats,
amazing.
everything.
I'm never doing
then,
it a different way.
It loosens everything up. Then you hit it with your vacuum. You're done.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best.
And if you put chemical in it, you're cleaning it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
I don't have one of the applicator ones with the bottle, mainly because I don't really do a lot of interior like dressing. And tire shine, I'll just wipe on with a sponge. So
yeah.
Probably should get one though. That'd probably be nice to have. It'd probably be the same situation where if I had an air applicator, I wouldn't ever go back to a different way.
If you're just, if you're setting up your garage, you might as well have one.
Yeah, that's true. Well, maybe I'll do it when I get a garage.
You're gonna, all you detailers are crazy. Y'all have fancy garages with your RO and your all your fancy.
That's just Justin. I don't have one yet, but
I don't think it's just Justin.
Yeah,
there's a lot of.
There is a lot. There. Yeah, he's just the only one I've been to that's like super set up.
Yeah, he's got a fantastic setup out there.
But
So
anyway, yeah, back to car. I've never seen a car wash with an air gun, but if there is one around, let us know if there's a car wash with an air gun because I'll go.
Most of them have them.
The one by me just is vacuum and towels.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I did notice the one time I went, the towels that keep stocked at the one by me, they're nice, 16 by 16 black double-sided microfiber. They're great towels. Yeah. They're very nice towels.
Go to if you're in Cumming, go to Uncle Charlie's. And just
Sweet.
Check it out.
Shout out to Uncle Charlie's.
Uncle Charlie's has they have all the amenities. Good car wash, good people.
Nice.
Check them out.
Nice.
They're good, really good people. Good quality car wash.
I will also say I say that, but we also did just ceramic coat my truck, so I got to figure out not really how to wash it, but I kind of got to change some stuff around.
I will say there's this place called Auto Indulgence in Alpharetta.
Cool.
Their tunnel offers. Either or. So you can get either a touchless wash or you can get a friction wash.
That's cool.
Yeah. So if you're concerned about the ceramic coating, then or getting minor scratches in the coating in the clear coat, you can get the touchless options there.
Maybe I'll try that. Shout out to Uncle Charlie's.
Keep this in mind. Touchless is going to use more chemical, more high pH, more low pH.
Yeah, harsher chemical.
Yeah, it's harsher. Yeah.
Not harsh is the wrong term, but
higher pH.
Yes. Yeah.
So more of a higher pH too, right? So if you're trying to protect your ceramic, maybe find somebody that's using neutral soap. So for cleaning.
Yeah, because it's funny, my all the detailing stuff I have right now, I have the multi-star and all these crazy stuff, and now my truck's coated. I'm like, okay, what do I need to change around? Which I need to wash it because we coated it right out a month ago. So I'm like, I need to wash it and kind of see what it does, and then kind of go from there to see kind of how the maintenance is going to change.
Yeah, and you can always go to you can go to a California hand wash. I know that they wash it by hand through a tunnel, but by hand, but they use pH neutral soap. So it's a safe process.
I feel like most hand wash places probably have some kind of neutral option, right?
I don't know. It's probably depending on the operator. I mean, and demographics, what they're washing,
kind of where they're at geographically. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're washing a lot of cars that are always dirty, you're going to want something with some punch.
That's true.
To make it to make the process easier. But
yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, I don't think we've talked too much about car wash. New catalog out.
Yeah, are you giving these out to people?
Website. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
All right, yeah, hit him up. Hit him up at MikeG_KCX. Tell him to send you a catalog because these are actually really sick. I haven't seen one of these yet. These are very nice.
Yeah, it covers our pre-cleaners, shampoos, polishes and sealers, all that good stuff, and plenty of options out there. More options coming.
Yeah.
In the future.
This is definitely more options than the last time I saw it, but there's been a lot of stuff added.
We've worked so hard to expand the line.
Yeah.
And really provide options for all customers, all car wash operators.
So was the additions to the line really just to make it more kind of like detail line? Like a lot of it is kind of use case specific. Was adding to the car wash line kind of the same concept where one product would work better for one operator and one product would work better for another situation? Yeah,
because there's so many variables.
Gotcha.
And and some operators are going to use more chemicals than others. They're going to have more functions online than others. We want to have enough wide range of product that if you're not a full-blown tunnel, say you're a mini tunnel and you only need 5 or 6 products, we have enough options that we can get the job done, and you can kind of pick and choose what works best for you. So when I go in and evaluate a car wash and I'm running a test, I'm going to test everything in our lineup. And I'm pulling volumetrics. I'm doing cost per car calculations, and I'm going to get the best bang for their buck.
Yeah. I feel like that's the kind of the whole thing.
Well, it really is. I mean, if you if you're really every operator is cost conscious.
Yeah.
So you have to
I feel like going into that business, that has to be like kind of forefront on your head.
It has to be. And then, we provide, one of the things we did in Nebraska, which was great, we provided training for, the entire staff on how to titrate, how to pull volumetrics, really, instead of, having a manager go in the back room and go, well, the cars are coming out a little wet, let me crank this up, let me, put 10 more mils of drying agent on, really teach them how to troubleshoot, see where the problem's at, really where the problem's at. Rarely is throwing more chemical out of the solution.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like detailing is kind of the same way.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's cool. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of get more into this, especially with how much growth there has been since the last time you were on here.
I'll tell you what, man, we're rocking and rolling. I mean, the phone rings every day, and my LinkedIn's pretty big. It's growing pretty good, and we're
yeah, a lot of stuff.
I think everybody on Instagram knows me mostly for being a Southeast area sales manager for the detail side. Yeah,
Mike's worn a lot of hats, guys. He's done a lot of stuff.
I enjoyed that role, and it was bittersweet walking away from it. But this is what I was hired to do, and this is what I'm excited about. This is where my passion lies. Getting clean cars at the lowest cost possible.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited to kind of be along for the ride and learn more about it. Because like I always say when you and I are hanging out, it's like tunnel washes and car washes were one of those things that I never really put too much thought into, mainly because they're so convenient that I don't have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then
you go to the car wash show and you see
car wash show. I had a blast up there.
The machine that's behind this industry.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean,
I'll tell you what was like a really niche thing that I really enjoyed about the car wash show was all of the like kind of mock tunnels where you could like touch all the brushes and stuff. Cause you wouldn't have ever even thought to do that or been able to, you know what I mean? Like I've never been
full on tunnel. They built, I don't know how many full on tunnels were in there. There was quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that was most prevalent for us, cause where we walked in to go to our booth was Motor City Washworks. I mean, their setup was incredible.
Yeah.
And I love their equipment. I'll tell you why I love Motor City Washworks. Not that their equipment's any better than anybody else's. I won't say that, but their service. So I was installing some equipment at a car wash in Phoenix some years ago, and I was putting in a dry and shine unit for Motor City, and I was having some issues, getting it dialed in the way I wanted it to. Usually, you call an equipment manufacturer, you have to, get transferred, get put on hold. I'll get a call back, maybe get an email or whatever. Those guys at Motor City Washworks, bam, hello, hey, here's my problem. They're like, this is what you need to do. I mean, I must have called them probably half dozen times over the course of a few days. Never once did I wait. Or was anybody mad at me because I was bugging them,
blowing them up? Yeah,
exactly. And I mean, I installed this piece of equipment by myself. With their help.
That's
over
super
the phone,
cool.
And it wasn't simple.
No.
So it was Motor City Washworks. In my opinion, their service is above and beyond.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'll say the same thing about as far as controllers, backroom controllers, Laguna Washworks. Laguna, I think it's Laguna. Amazing group of guys out there. They're out of California. They're the best.
Yeah.
They manufacture control centers and they same thing. I was on the phone with them troubleshooting when we were doing this install, and they were just amazing.
That's cool. I remember too at the car wash show, like I said, getting to really get up close and personal with those like kind of mock tunnels and see all the different brushes and stuff like that was really cool. And then just there was a whole bunch of little things that go into that, but that I had never really thought about either. Like there was one booth that was just the coin acceptor things for pay and sprays. I was like, you wouldn't even think that that's like a big. I feel like you just kind of Google it and just kind of buy whatever's there. But
no,
it was very interesting. That show was really fun.
It's a beast. Don't you know what? And here's my critique of the car wash show. My biggest critique.
Let's hear it.
The operating hours, 11 to 5. I mean, it's 6 hours of.
But we get to sleep in, man.
But
we got to be on the SEMA show floor at like 7:30 in the
that's
morning.
what I'm saying.
Like,
It should be 9 to 6 at the car wash show. That's just my opinion. Look, I feel like that there's only, you get 2 days of 6 hours, and then you get a half day, like 3 hours, right?
yeah.
And I don't think the floor setting is so large,
Mm-hmm.
and there's so
It
much
is a
going
big
on.
show.
Yeah, there's so much going on. It's hard to really go out and explore. Our booth wasn't in a bad spot, but it wasn't up front by the entry doors.
Yeah.
I feel like that if people had more time to walk the show and meet, other.
Yeah,
other,
that makes sense.
I mean, to me, it just seemed like a mad dash to.
It was like a really crowded show floor, but not enough time to see all of it.
I mean, think about it. We go to SEMA. Yeah, we're there at there at 8 a.m. We leave there at 5:30 or whatever. But how many thousands of people do we talk to in a 4-day period? I mean,
yeah,
it's
crazy. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it is. Look, it's a whole world by itself. But at the same time, that's really my only critique of the car wash show was I just feel like the operating hours, the trade show hours were weak.
Had you ever been to that show in the past? I would assume yes. Yeah. Was it not always kind of shorter hours?
I was thinking about that. I couldn't really remember. I don't feel like it was. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like it was always like 11 to 5. 11 to 5 is insane to me.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because the guys that run the show know that the car wash guys are likely to go out and party in Nashville.
I was going to make that joke, and I was just going to be like, yeah, all you car wash guys just want to sleep all day. I don't know what we're doing.
It's because we go hard at night.
Yeah, I guess.
We party, man.
I guess.
I mean, that's a rite of passage.
We were like 100 yards from Broadway in Nashville, so I guess that's.
I mean, it's hard not to go out to a club.
Yeah.
Have a few beers.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That actually
2 a.m.
could be. And what's the other location for the show? Is it Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas next.
So
year, yeah.
Probably same situation.
Yeah, I'll go to the show. I don't think we'll do a booth next year in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably rotate it every other year at Nashville.
Yeah.
Just for logistic reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll go to the Vegas show and walk the show and meet some people. And,
yeah. Shake some hands, tie that yarn.
See some of my customers and things like that. Make sure they feel supported. But yeah, which is great because we're hiring. We're hiring a service tech for the Southeast.
Yeah, you were telling me that earlier. That's going to be super cool.
So that's going to be great. So we're going to have someone in the Southeast to help provide support, pull volumetrics, make sure that the chemicals are working properly, the delivery systems are working properly, and basically just provide service, which I'm really big on providing service for customers. I mean,
yeah. I feel like that'll be really good from our side, and you'll have some help because you're a busy guy. You're a busy man.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm never too busy to answer the phone.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Customers that look, I don't have 1,000 customers right now, but when I do, and that's coming, I want them to get the same service that I provide now.
Yeah,
I want my phone rings and it's one of my car wash customers, I answer immediately because if they have a problem. With chemical, that's my problem, and I need to be available to help solve it.
Yeah, 100%. So, you did it right before we started recording.
100%.
So yeah.
I mean, I do it whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to go out and replace a check valve or injector or fix a leak or I don't care. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
To me, it's the last thing. If an operator is trusting you to put out a clean car for them. They should never have to worry about getting the chemical from the container to the car.
Yeah.
So,
and I feel like
that's just how I feel.
I feel like that's a good thing to offer because we could we could teach anybody, how the chemical works on paper, but having the background that you have and being able to also offer that wealth of knowledge, I think is really good.
Well, we're going to, so the ideal candidate for us will have car wash experience, obviously on the chemical side, have some general knowledge of, delivery systems and chemistry. And hey, look, that person, whoever that is, hopefully we can get someone hired and started by October. And we're already prepping the van for them and getting that ready to go.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah. You legs.
Yeah.
By the way, that was Tyler's idea, not mine. I just happened to be the one that wrote the email.
Yeah. So on paper, it was your idea. No, me and Justin have been talking about it for months. So
On paper,
it needed to happen, but y'all see another video about that soon enough. If you've seen our black little Ford Transit van with the KCX around it, you'll see it soon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to become the KCX car wash van.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about. I mean, it's going to free me up enough to really focus on growth nationwide.
Mm-hmm. So if there's anybody that's interested, who they should hit you up?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Where at? You want to plug anything?
I mean, you can message me on Instagram. You can email me, mike.grimes@kochchemie.com. I mean, you can if you have my number, you can call me.
There you go. Yeah, and then what? Mike G_KCX on Instagram.
Yeah, Mike G_KCX on Instagram. And then I think it's Mike KCX on TikTok.
There you go. So go follow Mike everywhere. Mike, I appreciate you coming on, man. You want to get out of here?
Yeah. Appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Anytime. That was fun. That was a good one. A lot more car wash information and stuff to come, probably.
There's a lot of stuff coming in the pipeline, and as things progress, we'll update the folks out there. But if anybody has any questions or just general curiosity, just reach out to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And so go follow Mike everywhere. Go follow us at Koch Chemie USA on Instagram, KCX USA on TikTok. Subscribe here on YouTube and go listen on Spotify, and we'll see you guys next time.